Hello everyone, Fred here, and this week I want to talk about something a little bit different than weight loss per se, and that's the dreaded topic of cancer. Yes, cancer. Now, I haven't brought this up on any of my other videos yet, but I think it's pretty important to talk about it, and the reason being was I went through a battle of cancer a couple years ago. Back in 2005, in the fall, I think it was right around Thanksgiving, I was sitting in my computer and I felt a lump in my neck. And a couple days went by. I thought it was just, swollen lymph nodes, which I've never had in my life. But I thought that's what it was, and I noticed it was getting a little bit bigger than what I thought it should. And I went over to my mom's for Thanksgiving, and she felt it, and because she's a nurse, she said, you need to get that in, take a look at immediately. So that's what I did. I scheduled an appointment with my family physician. I believe it was that following Monday. I got in there, and he immediately got me into Akron General Hospital, and I had a biopsy done on it. And it was probably about the size of a quarter, and it was really, really hard to the touch. It was, you could like move it around in your neck. It was kind of weird, and it wasn't like stationary per se. Very strange, but it was definitely there, and they decided that they just wanted to get it out of there. They didn't want to do like a needle biopsy where you just go in and take a sample of tissue. They actually wanted to get it out, so they did. They went in and took it out. And I'll pan over. I don't know if you can see it, but you may have been able to see my scar on my neck. Took it out, sent it to the lab, and it came back non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. So from there, immediately scheduled me for chemotherapy. I went through that, 3 rounds of that. And then I went through, I believe it was 40 rounds of radiation on the neck. And to date, I am absolutely clean. I'm in remission. All's well. But I just wanted to kind of do this video because even being obese and going through that process was very challenging. Through the various hospitals that I went to and various doctors through the process of having it taken out, going through the chemo, going through the radiation. Every doctor wants to put you on a scale. And I don't know where you are at your hospital or your doctor's office. None of the scales went above 350, which I think is a load of crap. Because nobody can get an accurate weight. And if you know it or not, like your drugs that you're given for chemo are based on your weight. So we were totally guessing at my weight as far as the doctors are concerned. I knew what I weighed because I had my scale here at home. But anytime I went into the hospitals, I always had to tell them my weight. And I think that's I think it's a load of crap. I mean, they need to get an accurate count of your weight if they're going to be giving you those lethal drugs and that. I mean, ugh. Another reason that you would want to lose weight. I hope nobody ever goes through the cancer battle. But to see that bag of drugs up there, as much as it is, and knowing that's going to be going through your system, was just, ugh. Not good. And to know that if I was half my weight, I wouldn't have had to go through all those drugs as much is pretty discouraging. All in all, everything was okay. I mean, radiation, you don't even know what's happening. You're just laying on a table. They had my head restraint. They made this cool little mask. Maybe I'll get it out one time. And you just go through it. It's about a 2-minute procedure. But after about 6 weeks, you get a sunburn like you would not believe, and it is a deep, deep, deep burn. I had it on the side of my neck, and it went down to part of my shoulders, and I peeled for probably a week. And when I say I peeled like 3 or 4 layers deep. It was very strange. I remember I had to put aloe vera gel on my neck, that cooling gel that you can buy, because the burn was just so deep. But you're okay and everything. It's just a weird feeling to be peeling that deep. I mean, it's not like your typical sunburn. As far as the chemo, the drugs that I had, they weren't too bad. All in all, I've known people that went through chemo. I met a lot of people, and a lot of people got sick from it, but I wasn't too bad off. I felt kind of bad the week after I got the drugs. Very nauseous. Couldn't really eat anything. Lost my appetite. Just kind of wanted to sit around and do nothing. But all in all, it wasn't too bad of a process. You really get used to needles. I can give you that tip. But I'm doing well. Just another reason why I want to get this weight off, because I don't want it to be a reoccurring thing. I think personally, some of the blood diseases and the blood cancers and the lymphatic cancers, I think can be caused by obesity. I mean, you look at things like lymphedema and where your lymph system is blocked in your legs, and I'm convinced that any body function that's blocked temporarily, where it can't clean out itself, is going to be prone to disease. And that just tells me that I think there was some bad circulation of my lymph in my neck and maybe caused it. I don't know. You know, it's kind of weird how things happen. But it's just another reason I want to get the weight off. Anyway, that's my topic for this week. I hope everyone else is doing really healthy and you don't have to go through the cancer battle. But I just wanted to put this video out there. If anyone has any questions about it, I'm more than willing to talk about it. I've never held anything back about it. Anyone that's ever asked me any questions, I'm very open about the process. But that's it. So if I think of anything else, I may add to it down the line. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.